What is up, friends? My name is Laura. If you've never visited my YouTube channel before, welcome. Today I am out in nature and I like snacking, probably like you. And when you go backpacking, you go hiking, you're gonna want to bring those snacks. Of course, just because they're delicious, but also they give you the calories to actually get that summit, go through that long backpacking day, enjoy while you're around the campfire at night, or everything in between. And a lot of times, of course, depending on how strenuous the hike is, will depend kind of the calories that you're gonna want to bring, but also things like, taste, flavor, allergies, weight, anything like that can come into place when you're actually packing for your backpacking or hiking adventure. And that's why in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 of my favorite backpacking snacks that you really need to bring next time you go out. The very first one is going to be trail mix. And I say this because this can be so many different forms. When I first started backpacking, I actually loved this. It was really high calorie, to be honest. Backpacking, it wasn't even backpacking. It was just this huge trail mix from Costco. It was literally the Costco brand. I remember it even had like white chocolate chips, all of these good things. What I don't recommend when you're doing any kind of making your own trail mix or actually grabbing trail mix from the store is chocolate. Unless you're kind of going in a colder area, for the most part, chocolate will melt. So this is kind of something that I've definitely learned over time, but chocolate itself will melt, might get a little messy, not easy to quickly put your hand in and grab. Honestly, just kind of some Cheerios, a lot of pretzels, anything salty, any kind of nuts, and a lot of times like what will go well, like maybe a salty and a sweet, anything like that. So looking those kind of things up and being like, oh, that sounds really good, let me quickly make that. But also just going to the store and seeing what they have in front of you. If you're trying to save some money, of course, you also could see what they have in front of you and make your own with the ingredients. I myself am a huge trail mix lover. It's just really quick and easy. I find I can reseal it and make my own, put it in a plastic bag, like I'm saying, reseal, put it back in my bag if I don't actually need as many calories as I thought I did, or just grab like a quick handful and continue on my way. I am definitely someone that likes salty food. So a trail mix that has a lot of salt in it is very much right up my alley. The second thing is any kind of beef jerky. So of course this is not going to be for the vegan people that are watching this, but myself, I am not, and something like beef jerky is actually quite low in calories. So if you actually are looking at the macronutrients of beef jerky, so if I'm just doing like a day hike, beef jerky is very, very light. It doesn't take up a lot of room and it's really good, and it does replenish those salts that you are losing when you're actually sweating. I have done multiple long day, either just long day hikes or a lot of backpacking. And in those situations, I'm actually gonna want more calories than just a little bit of beef jerky. In this situation, I'm actually gonna grab something more like little sausages or something like that. That if you are just hanging out, going for a little casual walk, probably wouldn't recommend those, not super healthy for you, but for a longer one, I definitely like those. Again, you just kind of can grab what you need. If you don't know, I backpack a lot with my dog. I do have quite a difficult time getting him just to eat his regular food. When we're in the middle of nowhere, it kind of weirds him out a little bit. A pepperoni stick is right up my dog's alley, fortunately for, I don't know if it'd be fortunate for me, but fortunate for him. The third one that I'm going to include, and I would say I rarely actually do this one, would be any kind of candy. And I say this because I've actually done some very, very insane summits in my lifetime. And they've been when you're really cold, you can't bring your hands out of your mitten very much. Also, when you're in higher altitude, you are not hungry at all, but you are needing those calories. So something like even a candy bar, aka like a Snickers, is very popular on those high altitude hikes. It's just something that you're like, okay, I need calories. This is at least gonna taste good. I'm not gonna want it, but I'm just gonna get it down. A lot of times, like something like a Swedish fish, those like just little things that you kind of can just like pop in your mouth, maybe 5 of them, give you 100 calories and continue. So any kind of candy, if you are going on a really long trip, or just something that, is very just energy, you're needing a lot to exert a lot of energy, I definitely recommend putting some candy in, and hopefully it tastes good for you and you are actually able to get to that summit. The fourth one is actually going to be my personal favorite one, and it has any kind of dried fruit. I find dried fruit so delicious. It's very lightweight. again, you're just able to grab that quick handful. It is higher in calories, higher in sugar, sugar, yes. So it just kind of will give you that energy that you're needing. Of course, so many different kinds of dry fruit that you can be having. And even in terms of dried fruit, like I've grabbed some from Costco in a large bag before, and then they even can add sugar on top of it, and it is very delicious, just depending on what your goals are. Yeah, but I have definitely had a lot of dried apricots and dried mangoes. We've tried some others as well, but I think those would definitely be my favorite. But there are so many different kinds, so if fruit is something that you like, dried fruit on the trails is not only a fairly healthy alternative to some of these that I've recommended, but also would be really good and really good macronutrients for your goals coming out. The fifth and final one is kind of going to be a little bit of something that I've combined here, which would actually just be protein bars. Of course, protein bars can be very high in calories. They also, you can get some that kind of have like 4 healthy ingredients, and they're a little bit better for you. So again, depending what you're looking for will depend, but they do have a really long shelf life. So I feel like a lot of the things might kind of like go bad if they're sitting in my backpack, but I would probably say like I have 3 different backpacking or day hiking bags that I go through, and probably 2 protein bars. I would almost get at the very bottom of every single backpack, and that's not like a positive to me. It's probably a little gross on my part, but I do know that they're there and they're good to go if I ever need them. I think there's always like a protein bar in my purse in case I'm getting a little hangry and need a little snack. So a protein bar is a really good thing. Again, think of what your actual goals are in terms of where you're actually going. If you want chocolate, might melt. Again, just saying things like that. But for me, I more like there's like a Cliff Bar that's more peanut butter flavored. That doesn't melt. The macadamia nut, delicious from Cliff. And then there's kind of some higher calorie ones that I also will stick in. Those will be like more grab the day of, so that I'm ready to kind of go if I do need an actual like 350 calorie bar. But those bars can, like I'm saying, last a while, and they will do the trick in getting you to that summit. Last pro tip for you is, honestly, a lot of people are like, I just don't get hungry when I'm hiking. Hiking is not actually about weight loss. Hopefully it gets you healthier, and maybe it will help you to lose weight if that is a goal of yours. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to reach that summit, you do need that fuel inside your body to actually get there. So think about that in terms of what you actually need in order to get to that goal. If you're going to be like exerting a crazy amount of calories that day, keep those kind of things in mind. What will be easy for you to grab along the way that will keep you going. Do you have any other recommendations for me? I would love to know so I can add them to my next backpacking list. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Keep living life. Bye.